You have been staring at a shared calendar or a group text, watching someone else finalize plans you secretly have zero interest in attending. You type out a polite, agreeable response and then you delete it. You tell yourself it is just easier to go along with it to keep the peace. You convince yourself that your preferences do not really matter in the grand scheme of things. But the moon in Capricorn is currently sitting in your hidden 12th house, and if you suppress your actual needs today, you are going to build a silent resentment that will quietly detonate your closest partnership by next week. You are trying to prevent a conflict right now that has not even been written into the script yet. This planetary architecture is not asking you to be a martyr. It is asking you to stop lying to yourself about what you actually want. If you ignore this internal friction today, the discomfort you are avoiding will mutate into a much larger crisis later. Take a slow breath. Drop your shoulders. We need to look at exactly what the stars are forcing into the light. The current transits are creating a very specific friction in your nervous system today. The moon in Capricorn is moving through your 12th house of solitude and subconscious rest. At the exact same time, it is forming a hard square to Venus in Libra, which rules your 9th house of travel, learning, and expansive beliefs. Part of you is desperately craving isolation. You want to retreat, close the door, and process the past issues that keep resurfacing in your mind. But another part of you feels a magnetic pull toward a trip, a deep conversation, or a much bigger idea. This is why you feel so inexplicably exhausted today. Your body is literally trying to execute two opposite commands. You might feel a sudden, heavy urge to just cancel everything and go to sleep, followed immediately by a spike of anxiety about falling behind. But here is what the Vedic chart exposes about this specific lunar placement. The 12th house clouds your perception. Today, your own company is the least trustworthy. Your mind is playing tricks on you, magnifying your fears and minimizing your strengths. This is why past hurdles feel so much heavier than they actually are. You cannot trust your internal monologue right now. You need an external anchor. This is why asking for advice has proven to bring people closer. Do not feel bad about leaning hard on a level-headed friend or a mentor today. Call someone who can help you see what you keep missing. But be warned, bringing in outside perspectives about your life direction is going to highlight a discrepancy in your career path. You will realize that your current professional routine is no longer aligned with the person you are becoming. And realizing this is going to trigger a massive conversation at home tonight, and the way you handle that specific discussion changes everything. Let us talk about that conversation, because this is where the real work happens today. Jupiter in Leo is currently teaching you a profound lesson about two-way cooperation. Just in case you thought you had your partnerships completely figured out, the cosmos is showing you that you are now in a much bigger ballpark. A far broader game is possible for you, one that will continue to expand right through mid-2027. But a relationship can only become a true going concern if it is built on absolute honesty. A going concern means the relationship is not just surviving, it is actively compounding. It is building equity. But equity requires deposits of truth. Every time you swallow your words to avoid a minor argument, you are making a withdrawal from that emotional bank account. Eventually, the account goes empty. Jupiter in Leo will not allow you to stay in a bankrupt dynamic. It is forcing you to look at the foundation. Right now, a future plan may reveal a difference neither of you can politely ignore. The Capricorn moon squaring Venus is bringing your private doubts directly into a conversation about where this relationship is heading. You might feel the urge to just nod along. You might think that challenging their idea will spoil an otherwise good evening. But that is the trap. Nodding along only turns tonight's discomfort into a much larger problem next month. Agreement is never more loving when one person quietly does not mean it. You have to say which part does not work for you. You have to ask whether the plan can actually change. If you are single, pay close attention to what happens between 5:45 p.m. and 7:45 p.m. The energy today leans toward a fascinating encounter, possibly sparked through online flirting or a chance conversation. This is not just about casual interaction. The planetary architecture is setting up a meeting of minds. You are going to connect with someone who actually understands your need for intellectual space. They will not demand your constant attention. They will respect your need for solitude, while still inviting you into expansive adventures. But you cannot attract the right person if you are still wearing the mask of the person who just agrees to keep the peace. If you show up pretending to be someone who loves crowded parties, you will attract the wrong person. Your hidden romantic wound is the belief that your complex needs are too much for someone to handle. You think you have to shrink yourself to be loved. You carry this quiet fear that if you show your true boundaries, people will leave. The massive psychological reframe you need today is this: what looks like a disagreement is actually cosmic protection. When you speak your truth, you are not ruining the relationship. You are filtering out the people who only wanted a compliant version of you. Your patience and tenacity today will have a huge impact on the people around you. When you finally drop the mask, the hurdles in your career and your love life will simply fade away. You will be free to say whatever you want, and people will fall for your genuine charm. But to get to that place of freedom, you have to survive the friction of the afternoon. And that friction is going to demand a physical shift. To navigate this friction without burning out, you need to change your physical state immediately. The workplace tension you are feeling is just a reflection of your internal lunar square. Stay focused, but do not try to force breakthroughs before 3 p.m. When the workday ends, you must spend time outdoors with friends to clear your head. Do not just sit there. Walk. Keep your body moving to process the cortisol building up in your system. The physical movement will help break the stagnant energy of the Capricorn moon. Make healthier food choices today. Cut back on sodium where you can, because your body is holding on to excess water and emotional tension. Focus on adding potassium-rich foods instead to balance your internal chemistry. This is not just about diet, it is about signaling to your nervous system that you are in control of your environment. Hydrate aggressively. If you are planning any financial investments, research everything carefully first. The 12th house makes you prone to overlooking hidden fees or fine print. Let the level-headed friend you called earlier review the details with you. Finances continue to improve, but only if you remain grounded. And since travel is clearly on your mind, use this evening to research quietly. Do not book the ticket today. Rest first. Return to the plan tomorrow when your yes feels completely clear. If you want to align your physical frequency with this transit, wear something dark green today. It will help anchor your root chakra and keep you feeling secure when the emotional waves hit. We started this session by looking at the polite excuses you were deleting in your phone. We are ending it by looking at the truth you are finally ready to speak. You do not have to carry the weight of past issues anymore. You do not have to shrink your vision to fit into someone else's comfort zone. The cosmos is expanding your ballpark, but only if you are brave enough to stand in it. Take a deep breath and put your hand over your heart. Feel the steady rhythm of your own pulse. That is the only approval you actually need. If you are ready to stop nodding along and start speaking your truth, type the word claim in the comments right now. Make it an energetic declaration to the cosmos that you are done hiding. You are stepping into the bigger game. The partnership you deserve is waiting for the real you. Stay grounded, stay honest, and trust the architecture of your life.